Hey guys, it's me, Super Rocket, and today we're finally going to end off the Infinity Stone Marathon. And why not end it off with the hero that started it in the first place? And that is Thor in Thor Ragnarok. So let's get into it. So Thor Ragnarok came out last year, and I was really excited for this movie before it came out. It was teasing throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe for a long time now. I was really getting excited for it. I even got more excited once I saw the teaser trailer for it. So cool, the Led Zeppelin of course. Yeah, it's actually, I love the trailer, and I'm glad that they used that music in the actual movie as well. So yeah, I was really excited for it. So was I satisfied? So let's start off with the story, shall we? Well, so the thing about this movie, I feel like you can consider this a prequel to Avengers Infinity War. It's not like I haven't watched it yet. I did not watch Infinity War yet. Have plans for Infinity War, so I didn't watch it on the first day, so yeah. But I can see that it technically feels like a prequel. I saw the trailers and all that. So yeah, if you want to go watch Infinity War, I suggest you watch Thor Ragnarok first. It's not like I haven't watched it yet, but it's a guarantee that you might have to watch Thor Ragnarok. So yeah. But why do I say it's a prequel to the Avengers Infinity War, you may ask? Well, yeah, there are a lot of key features here that you might take note of, like Loki still being alive, and you got Hulk in there. We finally know where Hulk was all this time, and yeah. And of course all the things that happened in the movie as well. And with all this in mind, so what does that left for the story? Well, if you have seen my reviews previously in this Infinity Stone Marathon, you might remember the good old strategy that they have for the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, never mind. Yeah, you probably know it, right? You probably guessed it by now. They made the story nice and simple so they can carry on with the other stuff. So yeah, it's pretty good that they did it for this, because there's a lot of stuff that happened in this movie. Asgard getting blown up, Thor's hair is cut off and now it's like this. And then yeah, there's a lot of changes here, especially with Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, which of course has been shredded to pieces. And it's not just all the stuff that is happening to Thor right now is the reason why they go for this simplistic story. It's also because this movie has a lot more in comedy than the previous two films that came before. Previous two films had some comedy in it, especially because of Thor being from a different world, and when he goes to Earth, some of the stuff to him is not that familiar to him. That's why it made it a lot funny in some of those movies, but it's not too funny. And here it's very funny here. They have a lot of jokes in there, tagged on to a lot of stuff in there. So yeah, I'm fine with that, unless if there was a decent enough story to go along with it, and it does. So yeah, it was pretty good. But adding a lot of jokes to this movie isn't the only change in the Thor formula. They also made the movie very bright and colorful. Even if they're not on Sakaar, which was the main place where it's bright and colorful, it still feels brighter. And when they're in Earth, it's very bright and colorful in some ways. And when they're in Asgard, well, not in the ending, but at the start, it was also very colorful and light. So yeah, you can see it very clearly in the movie and where the characters are. It's not very dark as the Phase 2 movies. We're in Phase 3 now. They're learning from their lessons. They're making it just a nice consistency, but this one doesn't need to have that consistency. It's a good change, and a lot of people love this change. It made people go into the cinemas a lot more for seeing Thor Ragnarok, I feel like this change is a pretty good strategy. So yeah, I know I'm kind of doing this a bit fast here, It's not like I'm rushing it. Not like I'm rushing it because Infinity War is out, but I just have a lot to talk about in this film. So yeah, so let's talk about the characters, shall we? So first of all, let's talk about Thor. Thor has changed a lot from the previous two films to that precede Thor Ragnarok. Since Thor has already experienced a lot in Midgard, aka Earth, his attitude kind of changes now, which I feel like is a pretty good idea in what they did for Thor here. So yeah, I like what they did to Thor here. It's pretty good, and I really like how they did Hulk slash Banner in here. I feel like Hulk slash Banner also has they have pretty, we can see his character a lot clearly here, and he has a lot more dialogue, especially Hulk. Hulk doesn't really get any dialogue in the previous films, but we can actually hear him speak full sentences for once. It's pretty cool, except, well, yeah, he does speak before, but it's not that, you didn't really hear a lot. The only line I can remember from the previous films is "Puny God," and I'm pretty sure that's the only one that everybody remembers. But here, I bet you could remember some lines from him. So yeah, I love how they did Hulk slash Banner in this. Well, technically it's like both of them. Well, yeah, they're the same character, but yeah, they did a pretty good job at bringing them into the movie. So yeah, it's pretty good. For the new characters, I really like it. The Grandmaster is pretty great. Valkyrie was pretty great. Loki did a good job again. So yeah, I feel like Loki had a bit more, has a bit of character development. Yeah, he saved the Asgardians from Hela in the end of the movie. Yeah, but yeah, maybe that's not going to last that long of Loki being a good guy, because I've seen Loki holding the Tesseract, and we see him seeing the Tesseract back at Asgard before he leaves. So yeah, it might not last that long, but I feel like it's good to do it that way in this movie, because this is the third installment in the series. I feel like this makes it a good wrap up here. I'm not sure if they're gonna make a fourth one. Doesn't look like it right now, but yeah, if this is the end of the Thor Ragnarok films, I feel like they did an excellent job here. Sure, it's very different from the other two movies, but it gets the job done in concluding Thor's adventure, especially when at the end that he becomes technically the leader of the Asgardians and all that. So yeah, I feel like it was a pretty good conclusion, even though it doesn't fit with the other two films. I feel like it actually made it a good conclusion, even though that's the case. So yeah, so we're done with all of that, but there's also one thing I want to talk about, and that's the music. I actually really love the music. Sometimes when I'm just relaxing, I can just listen to some of the tunes that they have. I really like it. I really like the techno vibe they have in this. It's actually pretty fun to listen to. So yeah, it's pretty good. Especially when they add the familiar tunes from the previous two films. I can hear a lot of the Thor the Dark World theme in some of the tracks. It's just sprinkled in there somewhere. So yeah, it's pretty good. There's a lot of airplanes today. But yeah, I really like how they did the soundtrack in this. I heard that the person who composed the soundtrack actually listened to a fan criticizing their music of not being a music that they will constantly use. So yeah, I feel like that guy learned from a critic. It's pretty good that guy did a good job to you. I remember what his name is. I remember his name is Mark Mothersbaugh, I think. But yeah, if you're watching this, I'm not sure if you are, but you did a pretty good job with the soundtrack with this. So yeah, especially at the ending, I really love that you add the first Thor theme there. So yeah, it's pretty good. I'm sure a lot of people say that these changes are pretty good, so people can actually go into the cinema and watch this movie. But I feel like these changes are also have another pretty good thing about it, as that the thing is about this movie, I feel like they want to make a proper and nice, pretty good goodbye to the last remains of what we have known for the longest time in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, come on, Thor's hair is gone, his eye is gone, his hammer is gone, his home is gone. So yeah, I feel like they want to make a nice proper goodbye to everything we've known before in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because after this, things are gonna really change in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I know that it will change soon. So yeah. So with that said, alright guys, thank you for watching this video. And if you have been sticking throughout this marathon for the longest time, I thank you for watching these videos. I'm really glad that I went through all of these. It's pretty good. I love how we did this, so I love how I did this. So yeah, I'm really excited for Infinity War. I have some special plans for Infinity War. I'm not sure if I can be able to do it. It's a bit difficult right now for me to do it, but hopefully I will go through with my plans for Infinity War. So yeah, next up, I'm gonna do a video before the review, and it's gonna be an expectations video for the Avengers Infinity War. So stay tuned for that. So until then, rock it on. Oh wait, I almost forgot. Rock it on. I'll see you guys later.